Water's not really safe as of right now because what's going on with the sewage and everything. So basically it's just a whole mess up around. What's exactly inside the water, I have no really idea.
It started about 2 years ago, and it hasn't affected my business that much because we're on a well. However, it has affected some of our clients, and we've had to give some specialty baths and take care of rashes and sores that dogs have on them.
The river water wasn't what was causing all of it, it was the fact that they did not treat it. If they would have properly treated the river water, the problem would have never happened. Our house did test positive for high lead at 19 parts per billion. I'm a caregiver also for my great aunt that has Alzheimer's and dementia. She has rapidly declined over the last year, and I know about 3 other people in the area that do take care of someone with Alzheimer's that have rapidly declined also.
I think my nephew has been affected. They say anything can happen if you have drank the water since 2014, and then he been drinking it. So it's like he had little behavioral problems.
I have a friend that had, her dog had kidney problems due to the water. I've had another friend that had some rashes on their dog.
I probably know firsthand at least a half a dozen people that have been affected. I have employees that have been affected. In fact, today I had a girl that had to leave early today because her daughter, who is 4, is being tested for lead.
We have members of the church who have been very dramatically affected. It makes a difference partly on your age, but it also has to do with other factors. So if you have any immune deficiency issues, then that's a problem. Women who were pregnant during these past 2 years also are more likely to have it, and those are ones that have been affected in that capacity. There's some children who have had rashes, loss of hair, and have changes in their behavioral memory, ability to concentrate, the way they relate in school. Even some of the children in the church have had that type of an issue.
Probably about a year for it to start getting, before the contamination actually set in. And then after that, I think it took a while to figure out what they're going to do about it. I think there's a lot of denial, a lot of covering up, and things like that.
My family, me and my family has got to go get water from the fire department where they give it out. Depending on what fire station you go to in the process, you have to show your ID. And knowing that we don't actually live in Flint, we're just 5 minutes away, they still gave it to us because of the surrounding cities around Flint still has Flint water. And then if you go to any other, you just walk in and get the water.
We're part of Woodside Church, and we have a water committee of the church that seeks to work on the issues and serve people as best we can. We are providing, with the water problem, water, filters, and replacement cartridges. We have some hand wipes. Sometimes we're able to provide diapers, even though that's not necessarily part of the problem of the water, but people need it, so we've been passing different types of things out. We've also provided fresh vegetables. We're out of them right now, so today we're not providing any fresh vegetables. But the nutrition issue is a part of the problem, especially for children who have high lead levels. They need to have better nutrition to help reduce the effects of that lead levels.
But they be giving out free water day after day after day since it first started. Honestly, I think who dropped it was Detroit, because we went from Flint water to Detroit water, then back to Flint, and all in about 3 to 4 months. So it's a matchup between them two.
I only know what I hear on the news, and they are passing a lot of blame around. I think they thought they were going to save money by taking the water from the Flint River instead of from Detroit, and it didn't quite work out that well. They're in Washington today. I think the federal government is going to have to step in. I think that the city, it's beyond the city, it's beyond the governor, and I think it's time for the federal government to step in and make a plan for us. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that, because I don't think there is, at this point, any way to treat lead poisoning. I think once you have it, you have it. I think they're going to be in a world of hurt, all these children that they have poisoned. And I think at this point the city should stop all water bills, because they're still paying water bills for water that they can't use.
Well, if they can come up with the financing, I think they can get it done in a couple of years. Just how long they're going to take to get the financing to get it done and get it resolved. Right now, Snyder has put in a coating chemical in there, and who knows what kind of harm that might cause. That's keeping away the lead, but what other kind of things are going to happen from that? Probably about 10, 15 years before it fully recovers and becomes an economically sound state.
And then that'll have to be a part of a project and program that will go on for a number of years, because this will go for more than one generation, because it gets passed on, especially if a mother was pregnant when she received the lead poisoning, then that child will already have, when it is born, will have that. And that also means that it will be in that child's born, so if they have a child, that could still be passed on further. So therefore, we're going to be watching this for years to come, and that will actually be generations to come.
Just leave it alone. If it keeps going, it's gonna be a bad situation for most of the kids growing up in Flint here, because of the water situation, because people gotta bathe in it, cook their food, and boiling the water doesn't help. So I give it about 10 years till it gets fixed, give or take, depending on how bad it really is down under.